Assalamu Alaikum, and welcome back to another vlog. Now, I know I haven't been uploading as frequently as I hoped for, but I promise I will try my best to upload at least 2 times a month, I would say. I think that's good enough for me right now, and it's within my capacity because honestly, I'm still just trying to get into the swing of things, and I really want to focus on creating content that feels good in my spirit rather than uploading for the sake of uploading, if that makes sense. But anyhow, switching over to today's conversation, I wanted to speak briefly on the topic of self-discovery and understanding the Qadr of Allah. If you all watched my last video, I spoke on how I've been placing my full trust in Allah while navigating my life and still trying to find my way. So, yeah, I've been on this self-discovery journey for some time now. And honestly, self-development and working on yourself, it never ends unless you want it to, It's an ever-evolving process. The process of finding yourself, the process of submitting your whole self to God, the process of just understanding or trying to understand life and how it works. There will never be a point that we reach in life where we receive the ultimate fulfillment. We will never be able to say, hey, I'm finally done doing the work. I've reached the pinnacle of life and I figured everything out. Because the moment you feel like you know everything, you know nothing. This journey of self-discovery has been a wild ride. A beautiful yet chaotic ride. I never really imagined being at a place where I'm still in search of myself. I always felt like I knew exactly what it was that I wanted to do, and I felt so sure about my path and the steps it would take for me to get there. But as I began to experience life and its many uncertainties, I started to let go of what I thought was best for me and allow Allah to take full control. Now, it's not like Allah hadn't had full control of my life, because as much as we have free will, from my understanding, everything is still written. And I mean, we do have choices, and ultimately we have a personal responsibility for our actions, which can either steer us further into our path or allow us to detour if the choice isn't in alignment with our soul's journey. Of course, Allah reserves the right to eliminate or add to our destiny based on our supplications, choices, and His divine wisdom. But it can get deep, and I'll try to just stay the course. So, yeah, I always thought that I knew what was best for me. And I feel like my life is shifting way beyond my human capacity. it's actually very uncomfortable, to say the least. Because, we tend to feel as though we have everything all figured out, or we try to at least, which is the furthest from the truth. We plan, and then Allah plans, yet Allah is the best of planners. Now, I didn't always live by that, honestly and truly. And it wasn't that I thought I knew better than Allah. I was just trying to rush my journey. I was being impatient, and I felt like I needed to be at a certain place in my life by a certain time. But it's funny how life works, because this current space that I'm in, where I feel the most vulnerable, the most unsure, the most uncomfortable, it actually feels the most peaceful. I'm starting to look at life through a newer lens, a more brighter and clearer lens. Allah has allowed me to sit still and really ponder over the things that are most important, while focusing less on that which brings my soul no peace. While on the path of rediscovery, it feels as though everything around you is shedding, and you begin to feel undefined. It's like everything you once attached yourself to no longer has you captive. It's almost as if you're not the person you once were. You don't think the same. You don't react the same. You don't even speak the same. But then again, you haven't fully evolved into the being that you're set out to become. And in between that is where faith lies. Although I don't see the full staircase, I see the steps, and I believe that's all that matters. I'm just thankful for renewal of the spirit, renewal of my mind, renewal of everything I once gave value to. I'm thankful to just be at a place where I'm content with God's will for my life. I'm no longer forcing things into submission. Rather, I can say I'm living. I'm living in terms of what God sees fit for my life, and not what I see fit. I read a quote that said, "The transition stages are the toughest tests, yet the most beautiful, because within them you find your unknown strengths and abundant growth."